Grant Cardone is a businessman, investor, and author who grew his wealth through a series of businesses and investments in real estate. Grant Cardone is estimated to be worth over $300 million and manages over $1 billion in assets. So today, let's learn how Grant Cardone became wealthy in today's episode of Top Rules of Money. Number 1. Don't set little targets. Only set life-changing targets. I was not setting the correct targets because they weren't life changers. So if you're making $60,000 a year and you're like, I need to make another $6,000 a year, dude, that target, you will give up on that target. It does not change your life. Targets that do not change the condition of your life. Okay? In a big way. Shift it. You shift it like, oh, god damn, dude, there's a whole new level. Right? And there's so many different levels. A guy going from making $500 a year to making $10,000 a year. Big shift, yeah. Means nothing to you, means nothing to me, but it'd be a big shift for him. 50,000 to $1 million. Oh my God, massive life change. 50 grand to 200 is a shift. Right, but 50 grand to 55,000, you will not detect any change in your life. Therefore, you will give up on the discomfort. And this is what Jared's saying. The third thing is it's got to be an uncomfortable goal that requires you to do uncomfortable things, which means you got to give up some stuff. Number 2, get started as soon as possible. And so I'm in my office. I wrote Sell or Be Sold. I'm like, okay, now I got to get the book out. Okay, if you got the first copy of Sell or Be Sold, don't get rid of that book. Okay, it had hundreds of misspelled words. Okay, it had grammar issues, semicolons where there should be a colon, commas where, terrible, right? I wrote it in 3 hours. Okay. And I wrote it, boom, put a cover on it and started pushing out. We started selling that book door to door, like everywhere we could. And some guy calls me up and says, this book's got misspelled words everywhere. I'm like, yeah, what's your point? Yeah. And he's like, book's got misspelled words. Grandma said, it's a best-selling book, son. It ain't a best written, it's a bestseller. Fuck you. And the point of that story, and we still do this today, the point of that story is, dude, you need to get an idea and get a product. You don't need to get a perfect product. You need to get an idea and get a product to the marketplace and start pushing it and get revenue. And I can fix stuff later. Things can be cleaned up later. Every great business gets cleaned up later. It does not get cleaned up in the beginning. Number 3, save your money. Number 2, you need to get your income to a place. This is a fascinating concept right here. Okay, if you can do this, I guarantee you'll be rich. You need to get your income not to what pays your bills, but to where you can save 40% of your gross income is saved. Okay, now you want to talk about something difficult. This is way more difficult than that. If you can do this, you will get that. All right, so when you sit down and do the math, what would it take for you to save 40% of your income? Yeah. So watch what happens. Yeah. If you make $10,000 a month, and you want to save 40,000 of it, you would pay yourself first. The government doesn't let you do that. They don't trust you. They're like, no, get the money from him first before he blows it. We know he's going to blow it. Okay? We know the IRS is going to they're going to withhold probably 40%, 44,000 of it. So look, if you'll pay the freaking IRS $4,000 of 10, you need to figure out how to pay yourself $4,000. What's the problem here? You got to live on 2. Yeah. So just keep doing the math out. This is the math you need to do with your spouse. You need to keep working it out until you're like, he's like, let's go buy a new car. Yeah, we ain't got any money for a new car. That's why when I was 35 years old, no one knew that I was a millionaire. Nothing had changed. I was still running with shit shoes, buying $40 shoes and working a shirt out as long as I could. And nobody saw I didn't have fancy cars. I'm driving a Camry with $1 million in the bank. Number 4, cash is trash. Hey, every day, first thing I do every day is look at my cash accounts to figure out where can I get rid of this trash. Cash is trash. So I'm trying to trade paper for something that inflation will help, not hurt. So I'm banking cash, and I have $1 million. I did the first 350 30 days later, I went and bought another deal. I think that deal took 400. And I was off for the races. Number 5, invest in cash flow assets. Dude, I get in the car on the way over here. This guy hits me. He's like, hey, I got this da-da-da-da-da. Yesterday, another one, da-da-da-da-da. If it don't cash flow, if it doesn't give me a tax write-off, it doesn't cash flow next month, doesn't give me a tax write-off. If I can't put depreciating money into something that will appreciate over time, and I can go touch it, I don't look at it. I don't like that. This is what I look at. I look at this. Suppose not Brett. I look at this. I look at real stuff. Like, I'm gonna miss 1,000 great opportunities. While I do that, I'm gonna buy 10,000 of those. So I don't mind missing all the shiny stuff. Yeah, everybody's got to change. You should never have money in the bank. So this is why I can't think of my goals. No, fuck no. You only those things that produce cash flow that can't be disrupted. Like the real estate I buy. Yeah, the real estate I buy is indestructible. What about the real estate that you buy makes it indestructible? Commercials, the rents are $1,500 a month, right? Okay. The world comes to an end tomorrow. Short of North Korea going nuclear. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna go below $1,500 a month. Your housekeeper's written for me. Yeah. Number 6, don't spend earned income. Spend passive income. What I do is I take all the money from my busting my income, earned income, pay the taxes, so I don't get Wesley sniped. Alright, or Nicky caged. Stupid, these guys make all this money, man, and they end up having to go to jail. Or they gotta file bankruptcy. It's stupid. What are you doing? How many ball players go broke after they retire? Not because they retired, because they didn't plan for the retirement that you knew was going to happen anyway, and they spent a bunch of money on bullshit. I buy bullshit out of passive income, only 7,000 apartments. Let me show you this building right here, okay? There's 250 units behind me. It's gonna pay $2,200 a month for every person that lives in one of those units. Every 10 to 14 months, that person's gonna move out. Somebody else is gonna move in. I own 7,000 of those. If there's cash flow from those 7,000, then, and only then, do I buy something stupid. How stupid can you go? Well, how much cash flow is the answer? You can go as stupid. How stupid can you go? You can go as stupid as your cash flow, as long as it's free cash flow, meaning passive income. Watch out, Johnny. Okay, as long as it's passive income. This watch has 1,300 of these on the planet. 1,300. Okay, the day I bought this, I bought it out of passive income. And while I bought this one, I stacked up another one right next to it. 2 watches, same week, both Pateks, both nodes, and both out of passive income. Alright guys, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. I am thinking of starting a new series where we go over the top advice from some of the most successful people in the world. So if you like this idea, let me know who you want me to cover next. You might inspire the next episode of Top Rules of Money. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.